In many ways, they're like phantoms. They don't necessarily exist. You could go your whole day without seeing these people.
It's when we lose touch with the poor that we lose touch with what Jesus has called us to do.
It's really our mission in life to create opportunities and help people that are poor and vulnerable, and to respect life really through every single stage. And I think this place allows for us to do that.
There's not a lot of shelter for families. This is a safe place for them to be, that is off of the streets, where they're not just sitting, they're actually doing something proactive. They're in the worst spot of their lives when they come here, and if they can be met by somebody who's calm and compassionate and positive, and also be surrounded by other women.
Some of these women have been on the street for a couple of months. They've been in shelters for 6-7 months. They just have nowhere to go.
In many ways, they lack beauty in their lives. And so they can come here and they can have beauty.
There's nothing a good cup of tea can't fix.
They can find sanctuary within the sanctuary.
Do you want some sugar, Diane?
And I think that's priceless.
While they're here, they become part of a community. They don't feel alone and isolated, which is terrible when you're going through troubles, to feel isolated.
They're not really worried about what's going on in their lives. It takes their mind off of that, so they're able to concentrate on something that they feel good about. When they do a piece of art that they created, they just beam, and they're so proud of themselves, feeds their self-esteem.
There you go, hon. You know how to open it?
In my spiritual diet, coming here is my dessert.
Okay, now what exactly happened? My job is mostly to encourage them. I get to point out what their strengths are. I get to show them the accomplishments that they may overlook because they're so overwhelmed by everything else that they're dealing with in their life. And I love seeing, how they change from when they come in here and they're vulnerable and they're scared and they don't know what they're going to do. And then they reach those goals and they're so glad to be where they're at and so confident in who they are.
Do you like this shirt?
Yeah,
That would look good under it.
Yeah, for sure.
They can come here and get access to a plethora of services that, they wouldn't be able to get if they were just out on the street.
Here you go. That one's more you.
Yeah.
People come in, they check their mail, they check their email, they go over job postings, send out more resumes, schedule job interviews.
We're just trying to recreate that environment for them so that they can be successful. Sanctuary has the means and the cooperation from the community to not only provide a place to stay, but we can help with deposits, we can help with furniture, we can help with just those startup things that people need, because once they move to the streets, they lose everything.
You have to have hygiene. It's very important, even if you are homeless.
The success is the empowerment.
Thing. Just because you're homeless don't mean you have to be dirty.
To see these women come through here in need of services, in need of help, and many times it's just a person to stand with them shoulder to shoulder and get a plan sketched out.
The Bible says that the generous soul will be blessed. And it also says that blessed is he who gives and lends to the poor. And that's what they do. They give the best to the poor.
They have been so kind to me and have offered me a way out of the pit that I'd fallen into.
I don't feel sad and alone like I was. Even though I don't really know anybody, but
So you want to get them to have the inner strength. So even after they leave here, after they're past sanctuary, they're in housing, they don't need us anymore, they can still draw on that themselves.
This is the first exercise class.
We just want to love on you. It's not about telling people this is exactly how you're supposed to live your life. It's loving them and encouraging them about who they are and what they can bring to the world.
We need the funding to keep going. You know, we did so much last year. We moved over 100 people into housing. We helped pay people's electric bills. You know, we provided transportation to mental health and different appointments. So many things that were so big. I think that a lot of people in our community are looking for a way to give. They're looking for something to connect with emotionally. This is a great place for that to happen.
The sanctuary is kind of like a bridge of hope. They invest in people. It's a hand up and not a handout.
The people here do not make you feel like you're less of a person for having to come here.
There are millions of people in the United States of America that are living this reality, and there's thousands of people that are living it here in Oklahoma City. We're here to get these people forward, to empower them, and not to look back and judge them for past behaviors or things that they've done. We're advocates. It's absolutely vital that Sanctuary not only stay open, but thrive in the future.